the party master on Up and Go, The Bridge, 99 FM.
So as the saying goes, here we are again. Happy as can be. All good friends and jolly good company. Good morning, Thursday, the 2nd of December. Is that right? We say welcome to Up and Go right here on the Bridge 99 FM. My name is Richie B. Here's a story that came to my attention that I'd like to share with you. Bunny Wailer's 13 children asked to do DNA paternity test to benefit from their father's will. Yeah, that's a new development we thought we'd share it with you at this time. Donna Livingston Candice, the sister of the late Bunny Wailer, is appealing to the reggae legend's 13 children to get themselves DNA tested to establish paternity and access the benefits set out in their father's will. This is a new development. Livingston Candice also claims that the late singer's children have been harassing the family of the eldest co-executor of Wailer's estate, Carlton Livingston. The story says the kids have launched a full-fledged attack on Carl's wife, and we, the elder members of the Livingston family, cannot allow this to continue. That is why we're making an appeal to all of Jabi's kids to do a DNA test so that they can establish paternity and gain the benefits of their father's estate. There's no need to harass Carl or his wife, according to Donna. When the will was entered into court, Abijah's lawyer requested the will, saying that they had an issue. They held the original will for a few months, but the will went back to court because they had no justification to hold on to it this long. Since the will has returned to court, Abijah now wants the family to come together and discuss things, but it is before the courts. So that is a breaking story that we thought we'd share with you. Developments in relation to the estate of Bunny Wailer, where it is now being put forward that the 13 children are being asked to do a DNA paternity test in order to benefit from their father's will. A very interesting development, something that, of course, will get the attention of many, and we'll share as much as we can as we go along. Right now, it's 13 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. Right now, it's time for WTF. Do I need to spell it out? Yeah, they're saying yes. What the fact, ladies and gentlemen. WTF. That's what it's all about. A little about Christmas this morning that might startle you. Hey, Christmas wasn't always on December 25, you know. Nope. Christmas wasn't always on December 25. Let me give you some history. The day of Jesus' birth is actually not mentioned in the Bible, according to the Washington Post. It was initially believed to have taken place on January 6, but for reasons unknown, the celebration was moved to December 25 in the mid-4th century. That's not yesterday, and a long time ago. So, yeah, way back when. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're saying to you this morning is that Christmas, that we're also much looking forward to, it wasn't always celebrated on December 25. Now, I'd like members of the clergy, some good friends of mine in the clergy, or students of biblical history. Maybe you'd like to send us a WhatsApp message or a voice note at 876-551-5782, or you can call us, 876-676-4996. Is that your reading and understanding of Christmas? Right about now, we'd like to at this time share with you our proverb of the day. And today's proverb is queued up and ready. I want to hear it. Let me hear it.
I know one day monkey want wife.
But Lord have mercy. Anybody see me dying trial? I just want to go. Let me hear it again.
I know one day monkey want wife.
That mean I'm more than one. If I know monkeys well, it's a minute thing. So every minute. It's not even one day. I've seen a few videos, man. I'm like, what? These guys are. Somebody was watching one of those videos one time and was like, hey, when I grow up, I want to be like monkeys? They don't stop, son. But on a one day, I'm trying to calm down after that. On a one day, monkey, one wife. Well, the translation, ladies and gentlemen, it is not for a day that a monkey wants a wife. Okay? So you're wondering, what does this all mean? What is the explanation? I can tell you. The explanation is, think about the future. Today's decisions will impact the future. And a one-day monkey want wife. That is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get it twisted. That was our proverb of the day. This is I found it quite startling when I saw the headline that whereas all of us, the world over, would have thought that the trigger was pulled by the very famous gentleman on the movie set when the two people, one died and one was injured. Well, guess what? An interview that was conducted with ABC News, which is to be aired tonight. My connections have actually sent me snippets of this interview. And as it is, Alec Baldwin is now saying that he didn't pull the trigger of the gun. Look at the faces. Everybody's like, what? Yeah, he's saying that he didn't pull the trigger of the gun that fatally wounded the cinematographer, Miss Hutchins, on the set of the film Rust. I don't know. I mean, the star made the claim in his first sit-down interview since the October incident. He said, and I quote, Alec Baldwin said, I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them. Never. That is what he told George Stephanopoulos of ABC News. And that was recorded 2 days ago. And it is to be aired this evening on television in the U.S., on ABC, I suspect. And according to Mr. Stephanopoulos, he says that Mr. Baldwin, at 63 years of age, was devastated, yet very candid and forthcoming while he was talking about what is to be expected in this interview. So, Mr. Stephanopoulos says, I've done thousands of interviews in the last 20 years at ABC, and this was the most intense I've ever experienced. So that is what Alec Baldwin is saying this morning. The world over, I suspect even persons who were on the set of the film seem to have corroborated the thought that he was the one that pulled the trigger. But now he's saying, I didn't do it. In other words, it wasn't me. That's what he's really saying. And he says he would never point a gun at somebody and pull the trigger. So who did it? Was it that there was some being that took over? Took it? I don't know. It makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. So we need to find out from Alec who really pulled the trigger. So sad the incident, though. Really a sad one. Right now, it's 2 minutes before the hour of 8 o'clock. We're on a break. We'll be right back. Right now, we are going into an interview segment. And, you know, it is the season of giving. And after months of dealing with the unknowns surrounding Christmas, we understand that the insurance company of the West Indies, ICWI, is making plans to bring smiles to our children for Christmas. And they will be busily granting wishes to benefit the mustard seed communities through their Christmas wish list campaign. And they didn't stop there. ICWI is also intent on helping to ignite the warm and fuzzy feeling of the Yuletide season for the children of its customers with its family Christmas giveaway. So that's like two different projects that they're undertaking at the same time in order to bring cheer and good vibes at Christmas. We're joined at this time by Samantha Samuda, who is the vice president at ICWI. She's actually vice president of marketing and human resources. Good morning, Ms. Samuda, and welcome. How are you today?
I'm great, thank you, and thank you for having me.
Wonderful to have you. I like what you're doing. I want you to tell us in greater detail about these initiatives that we just highlighted a while ago.
Absolutely, no problem. So regarding the mustard seed communities, there was a news article that some of our staff had actually seen on TV some time ago regarding the children at Mustard Seed and the conditions that they are currently experiencing. Mm-hmm. And We've all seen with the pandemic the effect that it has had on corporate giving. A lot of businesses are uncertain about their financial futures. Tourism's down, income is down. So a lot of that charitable giving has been behind. So charitable organizations have been feeling the full impact of that, as you can imagine, right?
Yes.
Yes. So mustard seed communities, and they do an amazing job with these kids. They are in dire need. They need some help. So when our staff came to us indicating that they wanted to get involved and help, how could ICWI help? We decided to help in a bigger way. Mm-hmm. We have a large customer base. We have a lot of partners that we work with. So we decided to put together a wish list campaign. We got a needs list directly from Mustard Seed, and we've actually reached out through our large network, requesting donations of everything from baby formula, diapers, to sanitary wipes, hand sanitizers, feeding tubes. Mm-hmm. So there's a very long list of needs. So we're requesting some help from the larger community here in Jamaica to help these kids who really don't have a choice, and they need our help.
So are you still, trying to get items together? Can persons still contribute to this effort, or have you finalized what you're giving away so far?
No, not at all. We've extended this. It goes until, I believe it's December 15th. Uh-huh. We have drop-off locations. We're trying to make it as easy as possible for people to give. What we found, and I sit on our foundation because we have a foundation at ICWI, a lot of people like to give, donate, but sometimes they don't know how to do it, and it's not as easy as it seems. So we've created drop-off locations in many of our large branches. We do have 16 branches across the island. So it should be pretty convenient for anybody who wishes to donate anything from shoes to diapers to clothing, anything that they would need. Our social media, we're listed on Instagram and also on Facebook. We have a listing of what those needs are. Mm-hmm. Came directly from Mustard Seed. So anybody who's interested can certainly visit us on Facebook or Instagram to see what the needs are and choose what they choose to give.
Did you say that you also would be collecting food items and even drink products?
Sorry, say that again.
Are you interested in getting like food items, you said, or drink products?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Yeah, the list is extremely long and very complex. They need everything. The donations have declined over the past, 18 months with the pandemic. Mm-hmm. And then the community itself, because of COVID, has had to kind of lock its doors to individuals who would usually come in. So we're trying to do our best in this new normal that we're all living in to see how best we can help. I don't know if you've ever visited.
No, I have never visited the Mustard Seed community, but I'm quite aware of the situation there, and I'm really, really heartened at what you are doing as a corporate entity. The family Christmas giveaway is also something that I'm excited about. What can you tell us about that?
Sure. So we are a family company. ICWI is a family-owned insurance company, the one and only in Jamaica still. And we like to take care of our families, all of our customers, and we wanted to recognize our children. I'm a mother myself. I have 3 kids, and anybody with children going through this pandemic understand the anxiety that children are having to live through. It's very scary for them. So we wanted to make this Christmas special for our children. We created ICWI Family Christmas Giveaway, where we're asking the children to write in letters, and we specifically asked them to write letters for a reason. All these kids have been doing online school for 18 months. I see it with my children. Their handwriting has been deteriorating. So we wanted them to physically write letters in, like we did back in the day when you and I were young. So they would write letters. We have drop boxes in our 16 branches island-wide where they would write out their wish list. And we're going to try and grant as many wishes as we can. And we're giving away some really nice items to these kids. And those who are not selected for the larger items, we have a very fun interactive app where they would be able to use their creativity and participate. We have smaller giveaways for those as well. So we're trying to make it as inclusive as possible.
All right. I thank you so much, Samantha Samuda, for coming on this morning and highlighting these two very important initiatives in time for Christmas, especially with the kids of Jamaica in mind, those of your customers and those at the Mustard Seed communities. Commendations to you, and I hope that you get all the support that you require to bring smiles at Christmas. And I see that you take your corporate social responsibility very seriously. Commendations, and thank you once again.
Thank you, and I want to wish everyone a safe and happy holiday season.
Merry Christmas to you, too.
Thank you.
All right, Vice President, Marketing and Human Resources at the Insurance Company of the West Indies, ICWI, that was Samantha Samuda. It's now 8.5 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock. It's Thursday, the 2nd of December, 2021. Christmas is just around the corner. We have to take time to say congratulations, like heartiest congratulations to whom? To the Jamaican female athlete who is now the World Athletics Female Athlete of the Year. We called it yesterday, didn't we? Yeah, by consensus. Shall we give a nice big round of applause, please, to Elaine Thompson-Hira? Yeah! Man. Yeah! Thank you. Congratulations, Elaine. That's a big one for you. I'm sure you're quite happy. It must have sunk in by now, and we hope that you continue to do well. She says, I just take it 1 year at a time, year by year. I went very close to the world record, so you know anything is possible. No spikes hanging up anytime soon, says Elaine Thompson-Hira. She says, the World Championships in Oregon is most definitely my next big target. It is close to home, and I hope that family and friends can come out and watch. I hope I get some crowd as well, said Elaine Thompson-Hira. And she says that couldn't happen in Tokyo, but hopefully in Eugene, Oregon, I can get my friends and family to come and cheer me on. Of course, she had some big triumphs at the Olympics and also in the Diamond League, where she lowered the 100-meter time to 10.54 seconds, and her 200-meter best is 21.53 seconds. Those are fantastic times, Elaine. Whew. Traveling like a jet on the runway. All right, so congratulations to Elaine Thompson-Hira, or Jamaican darling, World Athletics Female Athlete of the Year. Congratulations are also in order to the male counterpart, Karsten Warholm, who in the hurdles, 400-meter hurdles, set a new world record of 45.94. He didn't even see that coming. He says, I'm so happy for this. First, when I saw the time in Tokyo, I was like, this must be a mistake, because I didn't see that one coming, and I didn't see the victor coming before crossing the finish line. He says it was such a very intense race. I knew the American and the Brazilian and all the other guys were really chasing me. But he held on for victory in a time of 45.94, a new world record in the 400-meter hurdles. Leading up to the games, he had already done 46.7, and he lowered that time to 45.94. Congratulations to Karsten Warholm, winning the male World Athletics Male Athlete of the Year award. And again, we say congratulations to Elaine Thompson-Hira. She runs quick, boy, I tell you. Right about now, we'd like to remind you that it was in the summer of this year when many were outraged when Princess Nzinga King, 19 years of age, a Rastafarian, alleged that her hair was trimmed while she was in the custody of the police at a police station at that time, in Four Paths, as a matter of fact. And that situation came to the public's attention, and many people were angered by the actions of the police. As it has turned out, the PNP's women's movement has been supporting Miss King, and I want to talk to Mrs. Patricia Duncan Sutherland, the president of the PNP's women's movement, this morning to find out what's happening and the very latest in that story. Good morning, Mrs. Sutherland.
Good morning, Richie. How are you this morning?
I am doing well. Thank you for joining us. Let me ask you now, what has happened since the situation of Nzinga came to the public's attention? Give us an update.
All right. Well, the update that we got, because, Thursday was International Day to End Violence Against Women.
Yes.
So a group of about 20 of us in Kingston, about 200 across the island, did marches in our city centers and delivered letters. And one of the letters we were delivering was to Indicom to ask for an update on what is going on with the case for Nzinga, because that was the last thing that we were told that was with Indicom. Mm-hmm. I must tell you, Mr. Faulkner was very gracious. He came out to speak with us, and he went through the details with us. Mm-hmm. He told us that right now he had finished his investigation and had submitted it to the DPP. And he's waiting on it to come back from the DPP. And he says that if he doesn't get it back by January, he will be following up. So we will be following up with him in January. Mm-hmm. But you made a big point when you were introducing Richie, that this has been going on since summer of this year.
Yes.
Right? And it's very, very unfortunate, because this is part of what makes our Jamaican people very frustrated. It takes so long for justice to be served. Mm-hmm. So this part now, we don't even get into the court yet. We are just now trying to get the investigation done, and it must be done by the state agencies. Indicom is the last agency that got this case. First, it started with the police. They were going to investigate themselves. They did not hand it over to Indicom immediately. Then I heard the DPP was involved. And then we heard that Indicom is involved. 3 different agencies, which with what seems to be a simple recount of what Nzinga said. She was in a cell. She was being arrested, trimmed by the police while she was being arrested, and put in the cell. Mm-hmm. She picked up her locks and she carried it out, and she told her story. Before she told her story publicly, her parents went with her to the police station to get it investigated.
Yeah.
Of course, nothing happened there at that point. So this is just indicative of how we treat our people, and it makes people angry.
Why did you decide to take up this case and offer some support to her as a movement, the women's movement within the PNP?
Well, because 2 things. One, Shirley, her mother, and her father, Mr. King, and Nzinga herself, all 3 of them were volunteers with me in my election, in the election in February 2016 in Southeast Clarendon. So that's how I got to know them. And Shirley also is a member of the PNP Women's Movement. So we were, in fact, doing a march in July, a stand-up, quote-unquote, demonstration at the Ministry of National Security to bring awareness to the fact that, as women, we are concerned about violence in Jamaica, and we believe we have to have a different approach to resolving violence in Jamaica. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so we delivered a letter to the Minister of National Security, and Shirley was a part of that group. And after we were finished, Shirley told me the story. So I said, okay, Shirley, come. We're going to go to my office in Southeast Clarendon, and we're going to record your story, because we have to make this story public to be able to get the attention and to get the investigation done.
Mm-hmm. So the support that you're lending is primarily in terms of assisting on the legal side?
Legal side, yes. Mm-hmm. And generally emotional support, you know.
Yes.
Shirley's a friend of mine, you know. Mm-hmm. That's the truth of the matter. Shirley is a friend of mine. And so is Nzinga. She's such a delightful young lady. I tell her she needs to be on stage sometimes.
I saw her perform.
Expressive
Yes, I saw her performing a dub poetry piece some time ago too. But how is she doing emotionally? Yes. How is Nzinga doing emotionally, would you say?
Well, I think Nzinga is doing okay. She's doing better. Mm-hmm. She's doing better. You know, in a way, because of the level of support she has gotten. It has helped to make her a little stronger and to make her know how much people love her and how much she matters. You know, so lots of time our young people need a lot of that reinforcement. I just heard your ad about the rights of children. And one of the rights that we have for children is to be loved.
Yes.
And even if their parents love them, we need to make them know that the country loves them, the wider society loves them. And most times I don't think we do that in Jamaica.
Mrs. Sutherland, what would you consider a positive outcome in this case?
Well, you know, I would have considered a positive outcome before now, that the police would have just cleared this up very quickly, made the apology, and then done whatever. And if it were not so, then say what was so. But now at this point, to clear it up, say what the facts are, and to make sure that the police woman that was allegedly involved gets the due discipline that is required, because a message must be sent. Because if you remember, shortly after this occurred, 2 young Rasta boys were picked up in Ocherius and were basically, by the reports of the mother, another case, harassed by the police. So to send the message that this is not who we want to be in Jamaica, this is not who we want our police to be in Jamaica. And secondly, that she will, of course, need to get damages, because this has significantly impacted her life.
Okay, so they are seeking damages as well.
Well, not yet, because the court that hasn't gone to court yet.
Okay.
They're still awaiting. They're right now with ISAS awaiting the results of the investigation. Okay. But it is really unfortunate, and this is something we must call for in our country. We have to change the way we interact with our citizens. Our citizens deserve more respect than they are getting now.
On a lighter note, in closing, Mrs. Sutherland, I saw a post with you. I suspect it might be in your backyard or something, and you had like a hoe in your hand.
Oh yes, yes.
And someone.
Well, are you laughing after me?
No, I'm not laughing at you. What I'm laughing at is a comment that somebody who knows you obviously very well posted. But when he said, I almost thought it was Patricia Sutherland I was looking at, while it was definitely you.
Yes, and we were barefoot. You were barefoot because we had them to like, oh, you're going farm and you're barefoot. What if the hole chop off your toe? But that's okay. It did not chop off our toe, and we did grow our corn and our pepper.
Okay.
The lettuce never grew, but we're going to go again.
So you weren't just playing around. You were actually doing some farming.
Yes, we are doing some backyard. No, we got a lot of callaloo. You know, the thing is, Jamaica, they said callaloo seeds, right? But callaloo is almost wild in Jamaica.
Yes.
And whenever you plant it, that is the one that you're going to get success from.
Got you. Good luck going forward. Thank you for talking with me this morning, and have a great day.
All right, thanks, Richie.
All right, take care.
Have a good day.
You too now. Thank you. All right, a chat there with Patricia Duncan Sutherland, president of the PNP's Women's Movement, and updating us on the support that they're giving to Nzinga Candice King, the Rastafarian young lady whose locks were trimmed at the Four Paths police station in the summer of this year. And still, we really don't have the answers that we need coming out of that case, but we'll continue to highlight it going forward. 876-676-4996. Call us right now for the Secret Sound game. You want to hear the sound? We can play it. We have a clue for you if you want to hear it. Just call us, and let's get our first call up in here right now. Good morning. You're on the air. Hello.
Good morning, Richie.
Good morning. Who's calling?
Danger what?
Danger?
Yeah, man.
Wagwan Danger. Everything good?
Yeah, man. What you done is kick on my foot.
What you say?
Then it's kick on my foot, what there?
You had the right answer.
Last week, yeah, man.
Yeah, you had the right. But you know, it's the same thing that happened to him, because one day he was on hold to be the second caller and the first caller win, and he had the same answer. So, that's how it go.
We're going to get you still.
Well, you have an opportunity to kick with the next caller's foot right now, if you can identify the sound that we're playing right now. Listen to the secret sound, Danger. Danger, that is the sound. We have a clue. Do you want the clue?
No, it's a male lion still, you know.
He says it's a man. Him don't even want the clue, yo. Danger is a very confident man. Nary, the man don't even want the clue, brethren. What you said the answer is, Danger?
Male lion.
Male lion. With all the confidence in the world, I have to declare, ladies and gentlemen, 23 minutes after 9 o'clock, Danger, that is wrong, son.
Bye.
Oh, all right, my boss. At least him still call me the boss. After all of that, let's get another call up in here right now. 876-676-4996. You want to get an opportunity in the Secret Sound game? It's on right now. Good morning.
Good morning, Richie B. Though.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks.
Okay, who's calling?
Tallis.
Tallis, get through. All right. Now, remember, Tallis earlier in the week says, I'm going to try again for that Secret Sound game. And Tallis, we have a clue. Do you want the clue? Or like Danger, you don't want no clue?
I want the clue.
You want the clue. All right, here's the clue. The creature has very small eyes. What's the creature? Listen to the sound again, Tallis. It has very small eyes. That's the first clue. Does that help you?
Yes, it does.
What's your answer, Tallis?
I think it's the sound of a hungry cat.
An angry cat. This cat is not going meow. This cat is going, according to Tallis. Tallis, you're thinking. You're really thinking. And I know that you have been trying over and over again. Today's the 2nd of December. Today is the 2nd of December. We've got $99 US in the jackpot, plus 5 times $99 Jamaican. There are few people who have tried more often than Tallis. This morning she says her answer is...
The sound of an angry cat.
The sound of an angry cat. We have finally gotten Tallis to say that. And finally, we have to tell you, before she goes, you're not right, Tallis.
Oh, God.
I'm so sorry. She said, oh, God. I feel like saying the same thing, too. Sorry, Tallis. That is not the correct answer at all. Man, oh, man. I didn't figure that this would have caused giving you all such a hard time. I'm not giving you more than one clue today. The creature has very small eyes. What creature is it making this sound? I'm going to take one more call and see if we can find a winner today. I desperately want to give you the money. It's the final game of the series. Somebody's got to win it and win it quickly. Let's go. Secret Sound game. Good morning. You're on the air. Hello.
Good morning. Eagle.
Yeah, walk on, brethren.
Yeah, man. Eagle.
You think it's an eagle?
Yeah.
He says it's an eagle. No, they're saying no, it's not an eagle, bro. St. Bess, you need to do better than that. Come again tomorrow morning. Thanks for trying. Have a good day. All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was the Secret Sound game for today, the 2nd of December. I wonder if these people are going to make this money build up all the way down to Christmas before they win it. I'd suggest you try to win it quicker than that. All right, it's a good time now for us to welcome the big man to our program. Good morning, Ken. How are you today, sir?
Hi, Richie B. After introduction like that, I don't need to say anything more now.
Ken, you deserve all the accolades.
You actually say it all, you know.
You deserve all the accolades and
good morning.
Good morning. You deserve all the accolades and all the love that you continue to get, Ken. We're proud of you, and we're happy that we've come to know you, my brother. How are you doing?
No, can't complain. To be frank with you, can't complain. You know what is happening in the world, or the new world, how they call it.
Mm-hmm.
And this corona thing here, you know, I'm trying to keep my distance and all that, and even live up to the protocols, and you know, because you can't see it, you know. I can't hear it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm take all my vaccine to him. I take it, you know. My name of the baby name, you know, the powder.
Mm-hmm.
I take that one, you know. Just security, you know. But I just pray that it will be over, and that we can get to do what we usually do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Without any fear. You know, but I'm okay. I'm very home here from a long time, so Not a man who go up and down, man for no purpose and all them things, you know. So I'm a humble person. But I thank God that I'm alive.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God for all of us.
All of us.
Just me alone, but all of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I don't know this your program to give chance to them, you know.
Yes, I. Ken, we're really happy that we got you this morning. I wanted to clear something up. At what age did you put out your first album? Were you a teenager?
Yeah, I was 17, you know.
You were 17?
Yeah, and that's the time when I my first child, my first baby, my wife, when she birthed my first child. She's 56 years old now.
Uh-huh.
My first baby, yeah. I was 17 years old, and it's from Ska, remember the Ska to the Rocksteady.
Uh-huh.
When I started out, not to put Ska, but Ska was people identified the Ska so much those days, you know. But I was so Cocker started me out and soul music.
Yeah.
Because it's so Cocker started I should sing soul, you know.
Really?
So the first song I recorded was "Ooh baby, I love you." And every time I had a group because soul is something again, and then go, ooh, ooh, that was the doo-wop days, you know. The doo-wop days, but that was the first, and then another one I'm recording, I adapted another one, originally done by Jack Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Lonely teardrops on my pillow, you know.
Yes.
But the people started to identify with this guy so much that those two songs released and it didn't done well. You know, but so you can send me back in the studio again to do ska. And I done a song like, "You're no good, for what you have done." And immediately I have to go to the dance hall to hear your song now.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when I go to the dance hall, night after night, different year to, you know, don't hear my song, I'm not in the selection. And I don't stop going, I keep going until I hear a song played me and I say people react to it, or people react to it, you know.
Yeah.
You know that you have a good song out there. So that's why there's no good system in that sound system, you know. Right, I started with sound system, you know, from when I was young. You know, sound system started business, you know, it's not now. And on the big band music, you know. But I said that's when I was 17 years old, you know.
17 years of age. Those days you were living...
But look here, you know, I started before that too.
Tell me about it.
I'm kind of not quite remember, because I started with Stranger Call, you know.
Yes, there was a duo.
That's who opened doors for me, you know, Stranger, but he was a Juke Reed artist.
Yeah. Stranger and Ken.
You know, Stranger and Ken, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we get all about it. But it took me to Juke Reed after we became friends.
Yes.
And we started to sing together. We did Una Dos Coney from 1 to 6, and then that song we were trying to profile more as that kind of Chinese sound, more Senua. Because those days in Denham Town and Trenchtown, the Chinese was the dominant one at the bars and the grocery shops and all that, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we were trying to do a song about it with a Chinese song, so we say, Mo Senua, that's what she says to me. We say, Mo Senua.
Yes.
The one the Chinese song, but the other one was from 1 to 6. Una, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. 6 long years, you leave my home. Come on back, come on back, come on back, come on back, come on back. Back to me. Oh, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Here you leave me, you know.
Yes.
I love song, you know, but the first time when I went to a studio, I took me to Juke it for an audition.
Yeah.
And when he saw me, when he saw us, you know.
Yes.
He said to stranger, say, and I'm telling you, nothing, I'm fat, you know.
Yes.
So stranger called, I'm in the position, I said, well, I guess you could be it, boy, I can't sing. And so I say, yeah, man, you can't sing, man. And so that's the thing I love about the producers and out Richie in those days.
Uh-huh.
When you hear good talent, it don't take long for them to know, to realize that you're good in what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because after I sang for him, there's 2 lines of the song. Una, dos. It's right now I'm saying I'm still at the studio, in the studio, and I'm singing there now. right away. The long time thing. We never go and come back. You know,
no hesitation. And look at what
no
happened.
hesitation. We should take him to go and carry him upstairs.
Yes.
Otherwise, yeah.
And a
And
few.
when I went upstairs. This is a good memories for me too, for all of us. For me at least. When he took me upstairs, you know, people like Jump Big or play Jump those days. People like Roland, like Brivet, John Marcook. I have the man the blow trumpet, Baba Brooks. You know, and
So you were right with the greats at the time.
I started to the
You didn't feel intimidated in any way.
This is a man who was for me pray. I prayed. I do not tell you something. So when I went up there and I saw these great musicians, because you have to do the record in the same time, you know, because tracks were limited those days. Those days only have 2 tracks to work with.
Yeah, Ken, I want you to explain for my listeners the song "Everything I Own," which is a classic, which took you to the top of the charts in Europe and all over the world, and made you become just this worldwide huge superstar. Tell us about how it actually came together. Whose suggestion was it to do that song? How did it all come together?
You know, I was 25 years old.
You were 25 at that time, yes?
Before, yeah, but how the song come about? I was in Canada, staying in Paul Buchanan. You know Paul Buchanan?
Yeah, man, I know Paul.
Right,
yes.
Okay. And we were listening to some albums, some foreign guys, and I laid on his carpet and he played Everything I Own by Andy Williams. Remember that guy can sing very good, Andy Williams. That's why I don't believe in color, you know, because he's a white man. Until the color of a man feels have no more significance to the color of his eyes. That's why I have so much problem. but those are the black people alone sing. So I laid on his carpet, both of us were listening to Andy Williams.
Yes.
And then we hear Everything I Own, you know?
Yes.
And Bucky looked at me and he said, Ken, when you get back home, make sure you do this song. And those days, it was like Charmers were producing me for Federal. And when they were producing me, you know, and when I tell the song completed an album those days, you know. And when they were producing me, you know, I'm not seeing more than sing.
Okay.
Right, so, because I'm good enough, when you go in the first top 10 in production, producers, you know.
Yes.
That's my opinion. But anyhow, like Parks, you know, Vladdy, and really Lindo and all those musicians, they were doing the album. And you know, we reached 9 songs and didn't have no more songs to do, you know. And I remember that Paul said to me, Bucky said to me, good, I just go home to do the song. So I turned around and I said to Light, you know, I have a song that somebody told me to do, and want me to tell me that I can do it, adapt to this song. And he said, no, man, we don't have time for that, man. You listening, I hear the song come about, sir. Anyhow, the musician, the light of them say, I'm really not. So I could hear the song, man. And I'm going to say anything, man, I say, I'm just listening. And so when I start to sing the song, even Miss Corey, that they don't come inside that studio unless they know they have a hit song on the man. Even Miss Corey, you know, she came inside and hear the song, you say the song on the man, she want to soul the whole complex. That is Top Gang, you know, that Federal one, you know, that Bob Marley one, you know.
Yes.
It was Federal before Top Gang. You know, my mom was going to drive.
Yeah, man, certainly, yes.
And then the song released in Jamaica. Brummy took off. Then I went to England and I performed it. And some little club and everything, and I came back to Jamaica. No, I didn't go to England yet. While the song was playing out here, one day I sat down on my veranda at Texton Road and James Road. And the postman rang the bell, you know. Ting, you know, them days a postman, you know.
Yes.
When I went outside, I got a telegram saying that the song is in the breaker. They have a thing in the breaker in England, you know.
Yes.
It's from the breaker to the charts, you know. So it was doing good in the ethnic market, you know, and then they just sent for me, but I was so busy in Jamaica. They wanted me to come to England to do a show, you know. Promote the song, but I was so busy in Jamaica doing the same song, like it in Jamaica big time, you know.
Yes.
So I didn't have no time to go to England. So when I do get the time, I flew to England. And but you know what I did before I go to England? They have this guy in a video. And the man look at dark kind of like, I make it look like it is me. It was me. And then they showed the video with the man, everybody thought it was me, you know. And at that time, when I reached England, but you know, when I do reach England, I did a couple of shows, and I did a Top of the Pops.
Top of the Pops.
You know, I performed on Top of the Pops about 14 times.
Wow.
Every time they send for me, about 12 times. So, Mikey Campbell just died too,
Mm-hmm.
He was my road manager. Remember Mikey Campbell?
Yes.
Mikey Campbell from England.
Yeah, man.
He used to manage as what?
I know. Oh, sorry to hear that. So right after that Top of the Pops performance, that is when the song shot to the top of the British national charts.
It come from the break and going to the chart about 50-something.
Uh-huh.
And every time I perform on Top of the Pops, it go right up the charts until it go reach number one.
Number one. Wow, what a moment that was.
And you have wonderful memory, and you have the negative part of it, you know. Nice about music.
Yes.
But I love to emphasize on the positive part of it, because music is really a journey, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just like your job, we are compatible. The radio announcer, the journalist, and the singer and players of instruments, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I remember that every time I go on Top of the Pops, it does a chart and it reach number one. I remember, but you have to perform this song with the BBC orchestra, you know, through the music union.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go around the music union. You have to involve in anything that's in England.
Ken, let me tell you something, Ken. I wanted to get that piece of the history out this morning for people to understand. And you are one of few Jamaicans who have had the distinction of going to the top of the British national charts. That is something that we are proud of. And we have to set another time to chat with you because there's so much more that you're doing.
So much I have to say. I have so much to say, Richard.
Yes.
But you're a nice man. Oh, the wine business I go. I need to wine with the Christmas, you know, I support you now.
Yes.
Yeah, man, the wine, everything all right, eh?
Yeah, all is well, Ken. We have to run on to some other business, but listen, man, great talking with you.
Thank you very much.
We're just scratching the surface of your history, but we'll get a chance to do it again. Take care.
I have so much to say, Richard. So much to say. It will take years.
It will take a long time, but thanks much. Yeah. Thanks much, and have a good day.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and you too.
All right, a pleasure. One more time, Ken Boothe, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, that is one of our truly great Jamaican artists. All right, so it's time now for Constitutionally Speaking. It happens every Thursday morning at 10:15 right here on Up and Go on the Bridge 99 FM. And we do have an interesting topic to look at today. Nancy Anderson's contribution to the human rights of Jamaicans is what we're focusing on today, and we're joined, as usual, by the Public Defender. We say good morning, Public Defender Arlene Harrison-Henry. Good morning.
Good morning, Richie. Good morning, Jamaica, Tri-State. And I hear that you're now connected to Canada.
We are now in Canada, and they're hearing us loud and clear as well. So...
And we send warm greetings.
We are definitely in a big way into the Jamaican diaspora. Thank you for joining us, Madam Public Defender. We also have the Deputy Public Defender, Mr. Herbert Mckenzie, with us. Good morning, Mr. Mckenzie.
Hi, good morning, sir.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. All right, Public Defender, the Nancy Anderson's contribution to the human rights of Jamaica is the focus. Take us through those contributions that she would have made that is of note this morning, please.
The background, I think, is important. So Nancy came from a small town, Lansing, Michigan, United States. And she first came to Jamaica as a Peace Corps worker. After that, she returned to Jamaica with an LLB and then qualified at the Norman Manley Law School. In October 1981, she was called to the bar, the Jamaican bar. And from that time until her passing, which is Monday of this week, she served the Jamaican. Her involvement spanned serving the underserved, serving the vulnerable people and groups in this country. So let me give you an example.
Yes.
She worked at the Kingston Legal Clinic for many years. She became a director of the Kingston Legal Clinic. She then participated in the Jamaican Bar Association as secretary to the association for many, many years. She also was a member of the Independent Jamaican Council for Human Rights, where she actually was the manager of the council for many, many years. Nancy was also a founder of CAFE, which is an organization that monitors elections and oversees elections, securing free and fair elections in Jamaica.
Yes.
She worked tirelessly in the interest of the mentally ill. So, Richie, we have spoken on this program about those who are incarcerated because they are unfit to plead. It was Nancy who started that movement to have those cases reviewed by the court and for these persons to be released. And she did that at all levels, whether it was at the parish court or the Supreme Court or Court of Appeal. She then did a stint, a long one, at the Norman Manley Law School.
Okay.
And she contributed to uplifting the international recognition of our law school by engaging in the training of students, their participation in international debating competition, and we came home with the first prizes on many occasions.
You had a number of you had a good relationship, it seems, on a professional basis, as both of you shared space as public advocates. Am I right?
Absolutely. She was a defender of our Constitution and of human rights. When I was appointed public defender, she was the first person I invited to come to our office and to speak to staff on our Constitution, particularly the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms, and the role of investigators in our scheme of ombudsmanship in the country. And I said to Nancy, I'm not expecting you to do it free. Please send me a fee note. And I've not gotten one yet. And that was Nancy. She worked and she gave herself to this country in service, selfless service. She believed in the protection of the rule of law. She was instrumental in establishing the drug court, where youngsters who would have been found with a spliff would go to the drug court, and instead of getting a conviction, if they pursued and passed a course of study and rehabilitation, the possession would not have been recorded as a conviction. She also worked at the law school in advocacy, training youngsters in trial advocacy and procedures. She worked at the Norman Manville Law School clinic. And the point is, Richie, her legacy is one of service to the Jamaican people. You can't count her legacy.
Yes.
By how much land she leave, how much house she have. No, it is one of devotion to the Jamaican people and service to the Jamaican people.
I want to ask you to think about this while I invite Mr. Mckenzie into the conversation. But I'm going to get back to you, Public Defender, to look at what Nancy Anderson's loss really means for the legal fraternity. But Mr. Mckenzie, I don't know to what extent you might have interacted with the late Nancy Anderson's, and what are your recollections of her?
She's a senior lawyer to me, but I know her personally. I've worked with her. Let me tell you this. It's going to be hard to find in Jamaica another lawyer who has given so much and so wide free service, as the lawyers call it, pro bono. I don't think there is any other. At best, could be equal. Nancy was totally selfless. She shared her knowledge willingly, and she's always willing to help. Nancy has never turned down a client for want of ability to pay. Nancy has never turned down a client because of his social standing, or has never turned down a client because she feels that the allegations against him are too egregious. Nancy is a loyal lawyer, and I think her memory must be somehow made permanent, not just in the profession, but in Jamaica as well. Okay. She's one of those unsung heroes. She's in the newspapers in the headline. She's in the top story in the radio newscast. But Nancy's there everywhere in the legal profession for everybody.
And we hear
nor is she on the social pages. Let me add.
We here on the bridge, we join you and all others in expressing our deepest condolences to her family, and may her soul rest in peace. But I wanted to bring back Public Defender into the discussion and to look at now the legal fraternity itself, and how will they handle such a loss at this time?
Well, Nancy trained so many and imparted the spirit and culture of human rights that I believe, and as a hopeful people always, that youngsters coming up will emulate her. Because, Richie, this short program that we have can't cover all of Nancy's achievements, because I haven't even discussed the matter of duty counsel, which Nancy and her absolute dedication to what we call public education in Jamaica. If you're going to introduce this policy as government, then we need to have public education. The community, the people of Jamaica must get an opportunity to understand what the policy is, have the policy explained, and for a contribution to be made by different communities. Duty counsel is a provision in law that says that if you are picked up by the police, you are entitled from that moment of arrest or seizure of yourself. You are entitled to have an attorney. Nancy went all over Jamaica. Some of us traipsing behind in explaining this to communities, to police stations. That was the spirit of Nancy. The blow to the human rights community is severe, and I hope, it is my hope, that she, in her last days at hospital, was treated with the care that Nancy treated us with. And that is something that I pray that the same kind of love and care that she has displayed to all of us and all persons who Nancy served, I hope she was a recipient of her own legacy of kindness. Nancy took money out of her pocket to buy our annual Bar Association dinner tickets and would give to the young lawyers and students who obviously couldn't afford to attend. So her selfishness, selflessness, knew no bounds to this country, you know? And I really hope that in her moments of need, when she was in hospital, I hope we cared for her in the same way that she cared for us. And that is something that we will all have to ponder and look at.
Yes. Well, listen, this has been a fantastic tribute to a wonderful Jamaican who served the nation well. And again, we express our condolences, and we really thank you for taking the time to highlight all of her contributions to this nation. And may her soul rest in peace. We're pretty much out of time, Public Defender, but I found this to be a wonderful tribute, and it was great talking with you as well as the Deputy Public Defender. I wish both of you a wonderful day, and we look forward to next Thursday morning when we'll do it all over again. Thank you so very much.
And thank you for having us, and all the very best.
We appreciate you. Thank you. That was Constitutionally Speaking. It's a 15-minute segment on a Thursday morning, and it's sponsored by the Office of the Public Defender.
Richie B, the party master, on Up and Go, The Bridge, 99 FM.